country in the world, and it is worth fighting for. It is worth bleeding for, and if it takes it, it's worth dying for the greatest country that this world has ever seen.
Hey, what's going on, America? It is, what is today? Thursday of Hell Week. And I've got to say, today is going to be a little different. And by different, I mean, we're still got to show you some just the depths of our society.
It's so bad.
Just when I think that, you know, I have faith that anyone can do it. You know, like anyone can make it. And then I watched the DNC and I'm like, well, maybe not everybody. But either way, today we do not have all bad news because President Trump yesterday stole the news cycle all day long away from the DNC. Stole it away from his rally, stole it away from, is RFK fixing to drop out? Let's go ahead and blow up the chat right now. It's obvious RFK is fixing to drop out. The question is RFK going to drop out and endorse fully Donald Trump, bringing all of the percentage of the voters that he has over to him? Comment yes or no in the chat right now. Is RFK going to be joining Donald Trump? Yes or no in the chat. Let's blow it up. Let's see what you guys think. Last night, the DNC was a disaster. And I don't mean a disaster like it was the night before with Michelle Obama and their demonic lies and all those things. I mean, it was a disaster that even the mainstream media admitted something is horribly wrong. Something is not good. Something bad is going on within the DNC. And even Kamala Harris was yet again absent from the DNC. What is going on? Something dark, something scary, something nefarious for sure. But we got some big stuff to talk about today. We have an actual photo of what Jesus may have looked like. Groundbreaking revelations, scientific discoveries in the realm of Christianity. We're going to talk about that and open it up to you guys as well. But first, let's introduce everybody that is in the chat. COVID-19 survivor, not Mexican cartel Tony, former cartel leader Antonio over there.
That shirt is coming, by the way.
Producer Royce is in the building.
It's so lame that our names are so much smaller than Tony's.
Yeah. You guys aren't in the cool club like me.
Well, he's producer Royce, and then everybody's favorite redneck, Hot Seat Todd, is here.
Good morning, everybody. How are we?
All right.
Long night last night.
And of course, I'm your host, Graham Allen. All right. I want to talk about a lot of things, but it was a long night. As usual, and just to show you guys how bad it was at the DNC last night. Last night was supposed to be the big night. It was the vice presidential nominee's night to speak. And when I say we had to scour the internet to find clips of Tim Walz,
man.
That's what I mean. That's how bad it was. Just no one cared. Like Bill Clinton took the stage last night, and we're going to get into all this stuff here in a minute. I don't want to jump too far ahead.
Literally like searching for Jimmy Hoffa.
It was dead. It was dead. It was insane how dead this was, and even more insane that Kamala Harris was not there. But first, we got to get into our first sponsor for the day, and that is the Wellness Company. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is very simple. If you're not stockpiling medications after what we've been through, you're setting yourself up for disaster. It's our personal responsibility to be prepared, and fortunately, you can get medications like Tamiflu, ivermectin, hydroxychloroquine, and Z-Paks with the Wellness Company's Contagion Kit. If you wait too long, you've waited literally too long. You can have life-saving medications for you and your family when the government does not care about you. All you have to do is go to twc.health/Graham. The promo code Graham will save you $30 plus give you free shipping. We all know that they're going to try something again. We've got monkeypox coming out of the blue. They're saying it's a new strain and that you can catch it by touching a doorknob somebody else has touched. What are you waiting for? Go get your contagion kit right now. They also have the wellness kit, the first aid kit. They have so many valuable things for you and your family. Go to twc.health/Graham. Promo code Graham gives you $30 off plus free shipping. That's twc.health/Graham, promo code Graham. All right. Let's get into this debate right now. So for those of you who don't know, there's been this thing called the Shroud of Turin, all right? And a lot of people have believed for a long time that it was the cloth that they put over Jesus in the tomb. Purely speculation. Nobody knows 100%. But this week, it has been making the rounds because scientists and theologians alike have studied it with new technology, and they have said that it dates back to the time frame that Jesus would have been alive. And everybody knows that there's an outline of a face through blood and things like that on it. And they even ran tests on the blood. I read an article.
What's it called? I'm going to look it up.
Shroud of Turin, Turin.
Yeah. And so anyway, another study I read is that they tested the blood samples in it. And apparently, if you are brutally tortured, you release certain chemicals during that time frame, and it will show up in the blood. That, you know, that's one of the ways that they can tell people were tortured or not. So this was the original thing, all right, kind of here, and you can kind of see a face. Now, obviously, these are x-rays and stuff like this. But anyway, the big groundbreaking thing was they identified that the bloodstains were, in fact, bloodstains of someone who had been brutally tortured, and they identified the timeline that it would, in fact, line up with when Jesus was crucified. So the big thing is, the second thing that really started making the rounds was they got AI to recreate what these impressions of this shroud would look like. And this is the picture that AI came up with. Now, if you zoom in on this, you'll see that this looks like a person that's been beat up. You see how swollen underneath his right eye is and things like that. You see that? So I mean, it looks like somebody. But anyway, this is an AI reconstruction based off of the blood stains in the Shroud of Turin of what AI believes Jesus may have looked like. Now, this isn't me saying this is Jesus. I'm not saying that. So let's go ahead and get that out of the way before Media Matters clips it. And like Graham Allen says that Jesus was a white dude. That's not what I'm saying. And I'm not saying that this is a white guy either. What I am saying is that there are some things that are going on with this that you kind of have to step back and go, that's kind of interesting. And I will say this, when you zoom in and you look at this photo, there is something kind of about the eyes that you sit there and go, that's interesting to me. Comment in the chat. Do you believe this is what Jesus may have looked like? Yes or no? It's probably going to be a bunch of, I can't believe you're talking about. I'm just bringing to you what's in the news, people. And so anyway, comment in the chat. Do you believe that Jesus could have looked in the vicinity of this? Yes or no? Do you believe that the Shroud of Turin was the thing that the cloth that covered Jesus up? Guys, what do you think?
It's possible. In I think it was in the 80s, Oxford studied the thing and they debunked it, saying that it was too early for Jesus, but now we have new technologies that can do different things, and that's why this is coming about. But I will say this. If this right here increases your faith, boom. Cool.
I agree.
It's that simple.
I agree 100%. If this is something that brings you closer to your relationship with the Lord,
great.
I think that's awesome. And so anyway, but again, I will say I've got this picture on my phone. I just be honest with you, I saved it to my phone. That to me personally, when I look at this photo and I make it large on my phone, there is something about it. Like, I don't look at it and go like, like kind of thing. There is something about it that I don't know. I can't really explain it. That's kind of the point, right?
I don't know if I believe what the whole technology, whatnot, but just to touch on Todd's point, I think when I saw that picture this morning, I just started thinking again of how Jesus sacrificed himself for our sins, and just thinking about my devotion this morning, and just positive stuff, because we deal with so much negativity here that it is something just to reset your brain with, and like, okay,
Yeah, I agree. Hey, I mean, I think it's cool. I think that science and Christianity can work together. I don't think that they have to be these things that constantly contradict each other. And so, we'll never truly know till we get there or he comes back.
Yep.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's
for me, it's the same
interesting.
thing as watching the Passion of the Christ. If it stirs you, game on.
Exactly.
Yep.
And somebody just put in the comment section that this person looks tough. I agree. I don't believe in the weak, wimpy Jesus. And so
Jesus was ripped, y'all.
Yeah,
I mean, we be real. He was ripped.
See, Jesus had a 9-pack. I'm just
Ain't
saying.
no doubt.
No, I'm
Ain't
kidding.
no doubt.
I'm kidding before people
no
freak
doubt.
out. I'm kidding. I
Anybody
don't
that
know.
could take a beating like that and still carry a cross was swole.
Maybe he did. I don't know. But either way. All right, let's move on. All right. Elon Musk poll ended with a whopping 5.8 million votes, with a 73% voting for Donald Trump. That is the mother of all polls. You guys have to remember these polls that they're giving us about, who's more likely to win and all this stuff. They're polling maybe 3,000 people, and that's a large poll. Elon Musk just did 5.8 million. 5.8 million people. And that is that's a big old butt kicking right there. Is what that is. It's not even remotely close in the same vicinity of the thing. Now, people like the Crescenton brothers say that, well, Twitter or X is a right-wing thing. But to Todd's point earlier, Todd pointed out the fact that Harry Sisson's got like 1 million followers on there. He's got more followers than me on X. And so I don't know if that's true. But I do know that this is over 1% of the population right here that literally just voted on an Elon Musk poll on X. So do you believe that this is more reflective of where we really are as a country? Do you believe that we are actually, all the mess aside, do you believe that we are headed to a Trump resounding victory?
I honestly do.
Comment yes or no in the chat. Do you think we're headed to a
do.
Trump resounding victory? Let us know what you think. All right. This is Steve Cortez, a good buddy of mine, and he is with a illegal migrant. And we're not going to play the whole clip, but you kind of are going to get the gist.
Tony,
in the first
what's that guy's name?
60 seconds. Yeah, Tony.
What's that guy's name?
Is your cousin?
That's Felipe. Yep.
That's Felipe.
I knew he looked familiar.
All right. Anyway, he's fine. I'm glad to see he finally got a job. All right. Either way, hit play. Let's go.
Hey, Steve Cortez here on the west side of Chicago, Democratic National Convention at United Center. The Democrats, of course, want open borders and want an endless stream of illegal migrants pouring into the United States. This is my new acquaintance, Edwin.
That would have been so funny.
Edwin's not his name.
Edwin
That's
is from
not his
Venezuela. And we're going to take Edwin into the DNC so that he can meet the Democrats who want open borders. He should meet his new friends, hear the speakers, and learn about the Democratic Party. So, Edwin, let's head in, shall we?
Excelente.
This is Edwin from Venezuela, migrant, invited in by the Democrat Party. He'd like to come into the Democratic Convention.
You have to get some credentials. Yep, you have to go to Jackson.
Yep. Wait, you mean he needs credentials and permission to come in?
Yes.
To get past the wall?
Yes.
Oh, it's like a border wall in a way, huh?
Yeah. You have to have ID, credentials.
Imagine that.
Come to the United States?
No.
Not to come to the United States, okay, but to come to the Democratic Convention.
Here, baby.
Okay. You believe in security. You believe in securing the boundary. Edwin can't come in.
Without credentials.
That's all I know.
I commend you on guarding this border. You're doing it very effectively, folks.
Positive messaging. Oh, they got in.
Well, they got it.
This is the credential.
No, they're
Oh,
going to
the credential place.
office.
We would like to get some credentials for Edwin. Come on, Edwin. Edwin is from Venezuela.
I am right.
So we tried to get Edwin into the convention. He's a migrant from Venezuela. No organization, just American. And he's a migrant from Venezuela. Wanted to get into the convention. We figured that we'd love to have a migrant from Venezuela come in. They said we need to get credentials. So we're here to get the credentials.
Okay. Has anyone filled out an application for him?
So you have to. There's a process in the application. He didn't have that at the border.
Okay. I have my own personal beliefs on this, but right now I'm sure
Right now.
Dude.
All right, pause.
I'm just here so I don't get fined.
All right, look.
I'm just here so I
You
don't
get the point.
Poor Felipe / Edwin is like standing there. He's like, what is going on? He's thinking in Spanish. Okay, what?
Felipe, Rosario, Asante,
He probably
Guerrero.
has no idea what's going on.
He has no clue.
No
he
clue.
thinks he's headed to a Subway right now. Is what he thinks. He's getting a #1 all the way and a large Coke right this second.
Oh, man.
I would like to know where he got him, though.
Hey,
Did he just go to the border and be like,
Just
"Hey, you,
no,
follow
he
me"?
probably got him like right next to a phone booth somewhere down the street. Hey, where
Come
are you
on.
from?
Let's
No
be
English.
real. He
Come
got it
on,
from-
you're perfect. Come on.
He got it from Home Depot. He
I'm
just
just
pulled
saying-
up and he's like, come on, man, let's go.
The
I need
point
some
of
work.
the matter is they want them in the country to vote for them, but they don't want them in the convention. And amazing
great.
job by Steve Cortez. Speaking of amazing job, Mike Lindell shaved his famous mustache off to go undercover in the DNC, but Harry Sisson was not fooled, but yet he gets schooled by Mike Lindell. Play the clip.
Actually inside the
Mike, I have a question. How does it feel to support a convicted felon?
Hey, look at this, guys. See how they attack yours? Look at they're attacking me on the war room.
A proven
Live on
sexual
the war
abuser.
room.
A proven sexual abuser.
Live-
Convicted felon.
Harry Sisson, have you gotten your vasectomy yet? I think that's what the audience wants to know.
You got your vasectomy yet? Did you get your vasectomy?
Did you get your vasectomy?
Did your mom I prayed for you that your mom did not abort
I
you.
hope that you don't
Actually,
That's the best clip of the night.
First of all,
that really is.
He is super short. Like he's standing, like he has to go up like 8 steps to be taller than Mike Lindell on that thing. And you know, I'm not a tall man. Look how many
he's like
steps
3
he had to
steps
go.
higher,
I
yeah.
know. Anyway, I thought that was great. Did you get? I love that Real America's Voice is just calling over like the
Ask him about the vasectomy.
Ask him about the vasectomy. Did he get his
Do it
vasectomy?
now.
What that lady was really saying is, please, for the love of God, go
God,
get a
get one.
vasectomy.
Yes,
because we do not
please.
need more of you running around. All right, big, huge news that broke out yesterday. Shocking report. It turns out the government has been lying to you. That the Biden-Harris
Surprise.
economy
Bum,
is
bum,
not
bum.
what it seems. In fact, yesterday, the Biden-Harris administration had to remove almost 1 million jobs because they reported that they had 818,000 more jobs than they actually did. It is the highest revision in 15 years. So we've been wondering, well, why could we have positive job numbers, but yet inflation keeps going up?
Because
How have we
Stevie
had
Wonder was
positive?
working the calculator.
Look, these people, I think this should be an impeachable offense.
I agree, 100%.
I don't know how you get away with doing something like this. Comment below. Do you believe that this should be an impeachable offense for an administration to blatantly lie to almost 1 million jobs? They're saying that their policies and their administration added almost 1 million more jobs than it actually did. Should that be an impeachable offense? Yes or no for blatantly lying to and misleading the American people? I'm curious what you think. I believe it should be. I think this should
100%.
disqualify Kamala Harris because she is in the administration that is behind all of this stuff. I don't know how they get away with it. I don't know how they continue to
I
get
don't
away
either.
with
Look,
this
I will say this: missing the mark by 1 million. Like if I come on this show and make a mistake that big, I'm not gonna be on the show.
If you come on this show and miss a prediction like that by 1,000, we gotta have
Yeah,
a
that's what I'm
conversation.
saying.
But we've seen Joe Biden throughout his whole presidency be like, there's 100,000 trillion people died in
100,000
COVID.
gazillion.
There's 100 trillion billionaires.
I'm telling you, there's only
Yeah,
two
exactly.
jobs. There's only 2 jobs in this country where you can suck that bad and still show up to work on Monday: politicians and weathermen.
And weathermen.
That's it.
You are such a
I mean-
dad.
I
I
mean-
knew what you were finna
Yeah, that's
say
very-
30 seconds before you said
I mean,
it.
I've said it
I
before.
agree.
The reason they're getting away with it is because the people on the left just don't care what they're spilling to them. They're literally accepting anything they're telling them. They're sheep.
The only people that have done a worse job is the World Health Organization.
Yeah.
As they get ready to bring monkeypox upon all of us. Anyway, all right, let's get into our next sponsor. Speaking of the economy, because we keep trying to tell you that it is worse than they want you to believe, you need to check out our good friends at Birch Gold. Ladies and gentlemen, the economy, as we just showed you, is in the crapper, and even the numbers they're giving you are not the real numbers. You want a job? Guess what? There ain't no jobs, and they're not there. You need to text the word Graham. That's GRAHAM to the number 989898 right now. And my good friends at Birch Gold Group are going to give you a call so they can send you a free 25-page information kit on how gold, silver, and precious metals can help protect your money in these uncertain economic times. Text the word Graham. That's GRAHAM to 989898 right now. All right, let's get into some positive stuff. Like I said, Donald Trump completely won the election cycle. He will win the election cycle. He won the news cycle yesterday with his rally in North Carolina. This is his first outdoor rally since the attempted assassination. And this will be the first one that you will see. He is speaking behind bulletproof glass. If you believe that it is sad that we live in a place where a candidate has to speak behind bulletproof glass, comment yes or no in the chat. This is Donald Trump doing amazing things, and shout out to Trump Force One pilot for doing this awesome flyover. Check
Buzz
this
in the
thing
tower.
out.
That was awesome.
That is not a small plane.
No.
I mean, it's
Honestly,
just
no,
like,
it doesn't even look real. That looks like a fake.
he's like, what up, people? What up?
This is like out of a movie.
He's got
back it up again. Back,
Yep, he's got to turn off all the alarms.
First ever
Low
plane
terrain,
goes
low
backwards.
Yeah, Trump Force One has alien technology.
He goes backwards over.
All right. Anyway, okay, but Donald Trump did steal the day on multiple occasions.
Yes, he did.
This first one, first of all, again, look at the image of Donald Trump having to be behind the bulletproof glass.
Only the Pope has to do that.
I
Like, that's
understand why.
ridiculous.
But it is sad that we are at a point in this country that's where it's at. But this is him saying what every military service member and every military veteran, spouse of veterans, has wanted to hear. He says right here that, well, just listen, play it.
1,000 service members from our military for refusing their COVID vaccine mandate. They refused to do it. We didn't want a mandate. The mandate, you just can't do that. I will rehire every patriot who was fired from the military with an apology and with back pay. They will get their back pay and an apology from our government.
I got goosebumps.
So there you go. So Donald Trump says that he will hire back any member of the military that was kicked out for refusing the COVID shot, and he will give them back pay and apology. I would go a bit further, and I would say give them the option. But if they choose not to stay out, I would give them 50% of the back pay that would have been due to them
And
if they choose not to come back.
Is you're going to see those people that had like 4 or 5 years that they're not coming back. The only ones that are the ones that had over 10, that were, because then you got 4 years of Trump and you'll be vested at 18. So you'll be good.
Somebody just said in the comment, I don't know if they're a troll or asking an honest question. So if you're a troll, you're an idiot. If it's an honest question, let me, educate you. They're like, where's the money going to come from on that? It's going to come from the money that they did not pay the people who were already enlisted in the military when they kicked them out.
Yeah.
And the money that they saved from not paying those people because they kicked them out of their job. You understand what I'm saying? If I fire someone from here, I don't lose the money that I was going to give them. You understand what I'm saying? I still have that money. And that's how we're going to pay for it.
Yeah,
And
well,
also-
another way sorry, Tony. Another way they're going to be able to pay for it, fella or lady, is before he said that, he said you will no longer be allowed to get a sex change if you're in the military. Period. So all the money that DOD is going to save on that nightmare, that's going to pay those folks that are coming back.
All right.
And also, instead of, he said he was going to do a massive deportation of all the illegal immigrants. Instead of giving them all that money, they're going to give it to the people that owe back pay.
Which is what they should do. And here's what Todd's talking about right here. Let's play it.
If you want to have a sex change or a social justice seminar, then you can do it somewhere else, but you're not going to do it in the Army, Navy, Coast Guard, Air Force, Space Force, or the United States Marines. Sorry.
Nor you should be
You're not
able
gonna
to.
do it there.
Nor you should.
The military brass that led these absurd and insulting initiatives will likewise be removed, and they will no longer be in command. They're going to be gone so fast.
Gone. You're fired. You're fired.
You're fired.
I love it. All right, and then the moment of the day. The moment of the day was this. And I want to put this into context before we play it. Everybody's seen this by now. There's a person, I believe it's a woman, in the crowd that passes out. So Donald Trump does what he's done before, okay? He has stopped his rallies before because it's hot out there, somebody passes out. I want to put it in perspective. A little over a month ago, Donald Trump took a bullet to the face, had a 0.05% chance of surviving an assassination attempt. He's standing behind bulletproof glass now because of that fact that people want to take his life. But in this moment, he put his own safety aside again to step out from behind the glass to go check on an American. Play the clip. There he goes. Look. Completely exposed now, by the way. Paramedics right there working with somebody. Secret Service. And I love to tell you again, we need to get some taller Secret Service people. But there you go. He leaves again. And I know that it's quiet, but I feel like the real power of this moment is lost on a lot of people. Ask yourself this question. If you just took a bullet to the face, what would it take to get you to walk out from behind the bulletproof glass in an open field rally again? It would take a lot. And so I ask you this simple question. One, that's my president. That's 100%. A real leader. That's the people's president.
There's also this. I forgot about this. I saw this. This is a better clip of what happened.
Okay,
actually.
Play this. What is it?
I'm going to say hello to her, okay, fellas?
Absolutely, sir.
I want to say hello to her. She's a patriot. She's a patriot.
We love you, Trump.
I'm right here.
We pray for you.
I want to say hello to you, darling. Are you okay?
I'm fine.
Drink plenty of water, please, okay?
Thank you so much. I come see you. Wow. Thank you, baby. We love you, Trump. We love you.
People's president. The people's president.
Yep.
And again, the contrast that this man just took a bullet to the face a month and a half ago. Right there. He leaves his bulletproof casing to go out. Look how exposed he is right there. That is a kill shot all day waiting to happen. And Trump, again, takes his own personal safety out of the way to go check on a woman. He knew that she was probably going to be okay. He knew it was an older woman. Hey, it's hot out there. She felt a little faint, whatever. But he took the time to leave his personal barricade, the bulletproof glass, to go do that. That is the people's president. And if you were voting for Donald Trump in 2024, comment Trump in the comment section right now, because that is my president.
100%.
That was a great find, Royce.
And I've been
I saw that right there. That's a clip right there.
I've been to Asheboro, North Carolina, and I will tell you something. Those people love that man. I'm here to tell you now. They love that man.
And rightfully so when he does that. And again, everybody wants to talk about all this crap about Donald Trump, but then you see stuff like that. Okay, where's Kamala Harris doing stuff like that? Oh, Kamala Harris can't even go to her own DNC convention.
No.
Okay, but we'll get into that here in a minute. All right, let's get our final sponsor out of the way. These are our good friends over at Ready Pantry. Ladies and gentlemen, we just talked about jobs, we talked about inflation, and we also talked about monkeypox or Mpox, excuse me. Don't want to be a bigot in 2024. They're going after our food supply. I truly believe it, and that's why you need to go to readypantry.com/Graham. Promo code Graham's going to save you 10%, plus give you free shipping. They've got 3-day, 3-week, 3-month, and a year supplies that last 25 years. Plus, they've got canned water with a 50-year shelf life. They also have first aid and anything you need in case the world goes to crap again. How quickly we forget how not too long ago it was that they took everything away from us. Go to readypantry.com before it's too late. That's readypantry.com/Graham, readypantry.com/Graham, promo code Graham. All right, let's get into the bad stuff. We're going to get through the bad stuff, and then we're going to bring you some hope at the end of this episode instead of leaving you just feeling like you got kicked in the no-no square, just whatever. All right, so here we go. Prepare your eye holes.
Your eye holes.
That's what they are, the eye holes.
Yeah.
All right.
That is the scientific term, Tony.
This is called, Democrats held, quote, hotties for Harris after party last evening, of which they handed out Plan B, pregnancy test, and the good old faithful UTI medication.
That's where Harris was.
There is no such thing as a hottie for Harris.
Well,
no such thing.
Correct. We've looked at the crowd, and they're all hideous.
That is so nasty, man.
But maybe we're wrong.
There you go, right there.
Let's take a look at some of the hotties for Trump here. I mean,
hotties for Harris. Hotties for Harris.
Excuse me. We've seen the hotties for Trump. In fact, I wonder if we Googled hotties for Trump.
No,
We
probably shouldn't.
We probably should.
I don't feel like doing that. My wife's going to be like, what is this?
Oh, I know. Listen, too. She'd be like, you did what?
This show is going off the rails pretty quick.
Well, you didn't have a problem me Googling OnlyFans when I was the producer.
That was investigative journalism, Todd.
Yes, he did. He's like, Google it.
Hold on. Out of context crap again from Todd.
We're going to bring it home really quick.
We were investigating the chick that was running for a Democrat state representative seat who had an OnlyFans account, and that was her job. We wanted to verify if that was in fact true, and the only way to do it was to look on OnlyFans or whatever it was.
He had me do it twice. Searching for her and Nala, whatever her name is.
We didn't subscribe to the thing or anything like that.
Graham's like, here's the credit card.
We didn't subscribe to anything and nothing like that. We also found out you can't see anything on OnlyFans unless you pay. So, there you go. But there she was. We were actually the first ones to break that case. And then the news cycle picked it up about 3 or 4 days later. You're welcome.
That's some good journalism right there.
Anyway, all I'm saying is I have beard, can't Google hotties for Trump, but Todd can Google OnlyFans.
Well, I mean, if we had to pick
I made
someone
that
to
decision
take that
because
bullet,
I don't want my
would
wife
definitely
to
be-
ask me why I'm Googling hotties for Trump.
You know what?
I said no.
I really think at this point, because we had to look up that Nala girl too, who was an OnlyFans chick and then gave her life to the Lord and then she deleted her OnlyFans.
Yeah, I know about her.
We had to look into that chick.
We did.
And it led to some nude photos just Googling it. Mm-hmm. And Alyssa didn't even ask any questions. I was like, it's this chick that gave her life to the Lord. And I mean, those photos are on the internet for forever, but we had to verify who she was. Yeah. And she was like, oh, okay. Like, I mean, we're truly at that point now where it's like, you know what I do? I got to look into this stuff.
Got to look at this stuff.
I can't just be like,
don't have a choice.
Somebody said.
It's my job.
No. But I'm serious.
Sorry.
Like, you can't just be like,
guys.
Honest question to the audience. All right. If we did not look into this stuff and we were just like, oh, this happened, believe it. What are we doing? What are we doing? Oh, and by the way, because of our groundbreaking investigative journalism on that state rep, guess who didn't win her race? That chick. You're welcome, America. One less Democrat in the seats with their corruption and their evil. I apologize to no one. We did what we were supposed to do.
You guys are cracking me up.
Shall we transition back to hotties for Harris?
Well, that was because Todd, again, is saying crap that has no context, and people are just like, what the crap does that mean? Like, what are you talking about?
You're welcome.
Anyway, these are the hotties for Harris. We ain't got time. Let's move on now. All right. So this is... that's it. That's all you need to see. I mean, I feel like it doesn't get any better. This, when they make a real life Shrek movie, this is definitely going to be an extra in there. And what's worse is the quote that this says. If you're not at the table, you're on the menu. You can't even make it up. Play it.
The spokesman for church.
As the saying goes, if you're not at the table, you're on the menu. So Gen Z, let's...
No.
If anybody knows what's on the menu,
No.
I've never heard that
She's
before.
ironically the head of the Hotties for Harris committee.
You know,
she's in charge of that group.
I must be super old. I've never heard that saying before. So
Me neither.
I don't know.
if you're not at the table, you're on the menu.
Yeah.
Hot
Probably a
dogs and
line from
steak.
some random movie that she saw one time, and now she's like, "This is iconic." That one spoke to her.
There's an old Austin Powers movie, and his name is Fat, Bastard, and this is his daughter.
Yeah, 100%.
So, anyway, all right.
I'm bigger than you. I'm higher on the
Bible.
food chain.
All right, we're not going to play this whole clip. I found this, and I don't know if it's this Alex Stringer guy is the guy who did it. So if it is you, kudos to this clip. Within the first 60 seconds, this is like white dudes for Harris. Okay, these are the white guys that are voting for Kamala Harris. And I feel like within the first 60 seconds, you're going to figure out what we mean. Just play it. It's golden. Oh, by the way, the guys have not seen this yet. So this is going to be great. Play it.
What brought you out here today? No, listen, my name is Noah Shorts. I use he, they pronouns. Like, I'm just really excited that we have, like, the first black woman that could be the president of the United States. And, you know, like, my wife, right? We're in a polyamorous relationship. The lover that my wife took is African American. And, like, I've learned so much about the struggle that people of color go through as a result of my wife's boyfriend. And so I'm excited to really do my part to show solidarity for my marginalized community. So the best way to do that is to get the first woman of color.
So
That's
in case that was hard to hear,
Wait, did I miss what he was saying? What?
the guy said, for Tony and people that might not have heard, the guy said, the reason I'm excited for the first black female president is my wife. We're in a polyamorous relationship, and the lover that she picked is an African American. And I've learned so much from him that I'm excited for the first African American female president.
Royce, you better mute me now.
That is who is
Better mute me
voting
now.
for Kamala Harris. And that is the greatest thing I've ever seen in my entire life.
I don't usually get my mind blown, but that is just... Why would you go on live TV and say my wife is getting by somebody else?
Well, he said, Tony, they're in a polyamorous relationship. And how dare you, prude? How dare you? You notice how his wife has another boyfriend, but he ain't got another girlfriend. That's all I'm saying.
I know we haven't seen the rest of this, but does it get worse? If we watch another 30 seconds, is it
I'm
going to be
be
worse?
honest. I haven't watched the full thing because I got to that part and I was like, "Oh, this is going in the show."
I think we have to watch another.
All
30
right, let's
seconds.
watch the rest of it.
I'm sorry, guys. I quit.
Let's watch the
I
rest
can't.
of
Another 30
You
seconds.
can't
Let's
quit,
just see
Tony.
what
Open
comes
your
out.
eyes like Bird Box and watch it. Let's go.
To be the commander-in-chief, and I'm really excited. I'm so pumped. Were you this pumped and excited when Joe Biden was the nominee? I mean, listen, like, I would vote for a corpse over voting for Donald Trump because he's a disgusting fascist, white supremacist pig. But now, like, you know, we get to really make history. We have, you know, like I said, we have the first woman of color to be president of the United States. And, like, you know, our country, it was founded on the values of diversity, equity, and inclusion. And in Kamala Harris, there's nothing embodies those values more than a Kamala Harris presidency. So I'm pumped, like, I'm ready. You know, I am so excited. I'm a proud white dude for Kamala Harris, baby. Let's go. Woo! Woo!
Man, I could.
This guy for sure got a vasectomy.
Nope, not really.
Right? For sure.
This
First
guy's
thing
a
he did.
eunuch for sure. When you hear about old London kingdoms and like the eunuchs like serving the masters and stuff, there you go. A House of Dragons. When you need a eunuch played again, this guy is ready to be there. But yeah, no, I can't listen anymore. We got more stuff to talk about. But there you go. Those are the white dudes voting for Kamala Harris. I'm in a polyamorous relationship, and my wife's lover is an African American.
Just move on. I got the jokes. I can't say them.
Then don't say it.
I'm
Moving
not.
on.
Just go.
All right. Speaking of black women. Oprah wants you to know how much racism, sexism, and income inequality has affected her life with a net worth of $2.7 billion. Play it.
From the redwood forests, love those redwoods, to the Gulf Stream waters, I've seen racism and sexism and income inequality and division. I've not only seen it, at times I've been on the receiving end of it.
Pause. You are worth $2.7 billion. What are you talking? I'm whitey white as white can be, and I can't even fathom. I can barely spell $2.7 billion. You own half of Hawaii. What are you talking about? This is the stuff that they want you to believe. They want you to believe that these people actually care, that these people actually have any of your interest in mind, but they do not. These people are evil and they're liars. And honestly, all of the people telling you about all the inequality and all of this stuff, they're all rich. Every single one of you. This is a moment that is just too great not to show. Kamala Harris is trying to take a shot at J.D. Vance, and she says childless cat lady, and then they cut to an obvious childless cat lady in the audience. You can't make it up. This is beautiful. Play it. Oh, Lord. Or maybe we won't. They probably deleted
We're being
the video.
shut down.
Just refresh the tab.
It's because Oprah's on there. She's a demon.
Twitter does this sometimes. There
Despite
you
what
go.
some would have you think, we are not so different from our neighbors.
Pitiful.
When a house is on fire, we don't ask about the homeowner's race or religion.
You
we
do.
don't wonder who their partner is or how they voted. No. We just try to do the best we can to save them. And if the place happens to belong to a childless cat lady,
Cut. Do it. No, not stop. Cut. Pause. Go back. Okay, go back to her. She said if that house just happens to belong to a childless cat lady, and then this chick's like shaking her head. Yes.
And then she looks behind her. She's like, who, me? Me? You're not talking about me, are you?
Y'all have no idea. Y'all are showing the wrong clips right now.
No, I'm telling you. And I love it. People are like, Graham, you're supposed to be a Christian. I'm just saying, all the childless cat ladies seem to start looking alike. All right, this is a cringe moment for Oprah. This is the end of her speech. And this just shows you how dead the audience was. Isn't this the end of the speech? Is this the singing part?
Yep.
Okay, all right. This is how dead the audience was. Play it. Watch this.
let's all choose Kamala Harris.
Bars.
This woman right here.
All 15 of those people.
This chick is worth $2.7 billion. She's from Kosciuszko, Mississippi.
Yes,
and you would
unfortunately,
never
she's from
know it.
Mississippi.
You would never know it because she does nothing for her hometown, which is Kosciuszko's a good town.
Kosciuszko's a crap hole. I love the people of Kosciuszko. Kosciuszko is rough.
Right.
All right,
I love the contrast there.
It's straight.
Kosciuszko's a good town. It's a crap hole.
There are good. Kosciuszko is a good town of good people.
Yes, that's what I
It
meant.
is a crap hole. All right, look, I was born and raised in Mississippi. It's a crap hole, okay?
wow.
And that's not me crapping on Mississippians. Any real person from Mississippi, you know what I'm talking about. Like, come on. Like, it is not improved. I say it all the time. The final episode of Friends is airing this Friday night in Mississippi. Like, that's
true.
how far behind they are.
I've got it set DVR right now.
I'm telling you. All right. Let's not forget that this was Oprah Winfrey once upon a time. Oprah loved her some Donald Trump up until Donald Trump decided to run for president. But that was not the cringe of the night. The cringe of the night was when somebody decided it was a good idea for Bill Clinton.
John Doe number 36.
To take the stage. Let's play this. I mean, you can even tell, like, the audience is like, play it. They're just showing the white people right now. They're like, oh. Look, even they're like they're like this. But look, right there. Look, see, there's everybody's just kind of like,
Yeah. Hide your wife, hide your...
It's like your pastor that just got like sexual assault charges and they come out to preach the next day at the mega church and everybody's just like,
Yeah, like, what are you doing here, dude?
Anyway, so Bill Clinton, this next one is, aren't you proud to be a Democrat? Just play it. It's bad.
After the last 2 days,
2 days.
Aren't you proud to be a Democrat?
No.
And
Not
I'm
at all.
very
You shouldn't be.
Need I remind you that this man, well, it gets worse. Just comparing Joe Biden to Washington. Let's listen to this. Here we go.
And then he did something that's really hard for a politician to do. He voluntarily gave up political power. And George Washington knew that, and he did it. And he set the standard for us serving 2 terms before it was mandatory. It helped his legacy.
What do you mean before it was mandatory?
And it will enhance Joe Biden's legacy.
What?
Serving 2 terms is not mandatory.
We must serve 2 terms. It's mandatory. And now, but just put it in contrast, this is Chris Wallace reminding everybody that Joe Biden did not do this voluntarily. He was thrown out the window. Play it.
The word that everybody is using to describe tonight is bittersweet. It's just bitter. The fact of the matter, I'm not saying Joe Biden is bitter, but, it's like you've been thrown out a window, and as you're falling, you go, gee, it's nice out here. No, he got thrown out of a window, and basically he was forced.
All right, pause. Joe Biden did not do crap voluntarily. Nobody believes that at all. This is
word that everybody is.
This is Bill Clinton mispronouncing Kamala Harris's name, and we're all white supremacists for saying it, but here's Bill Clinton. Play it.
Ask for their help and then follow our leader, Kamala.
Kamala.
That's his Arkansas coming out right there.
Camel A, that's the new Camel lights. They're Camel Ultra lights. Camel A lights. Camel A lights. Anyway, after this moment, my chair just snapped. Did you guys? I'm scared to move.
We all heard it.
I'm
I heard
scared
it. I
to
didn't
move.
see
Hold
it.
on. Okay, I locked it back in. Dude, I thought I was gone on live.
That would have
show.
been. That would have been
I
epic.
thought you were just going to see feet like
You just
pop up
see
there.
legs.
I was okay. Anyway, to get back into the moment of the show where we were at, after Bill Clinton took the stage, it never really recovered. And we showed you Oprah first. Oprah actually came on after Bill Clinton. And even Oprah Winfrey couldn't get the crowd going, because the fact of the matter is everyone knows that this is actually Bill Clinton. The Epstein client proof here that we have. Bill Clinton is not only like rumored to be there, there is pages after pages after pages. Did Jeffrey Epstein talk to you at all about Bill Clinton? He said one time that Clinton likes them young, referring to girls. Bill Clinton is listed as John Doe number, what is it, Todd?
I think 36.
Something like that. Like he is listed on these things. Also, let's not forget the painting of Bill Clinton that was found in Jeffrey Epstein's house. Go all the way down, Royce, like you're covering up the good parts. There we go.
Whoa, I didn't know there was good parts.
You can't show half the painting. This was discovered in Jeffrey Epstein's house, and people actually know this. And here's the thing. Democrats are having a harder and harder time just getting past the fact of, it's like, all right, Barack Obama, yeah, is Michelle Obama a woman or not? Maybe. But one thing that cannot be denied, Bill Clinton loved him some Jeffrey Epstein, and we've all seen the blue dress.
Yep.
So I don't know how that's going to work. Let's skip a little bit. I want to get to Walz here. This is, actually, let's do Shapiro. My bad. Let's go to Shapiro. Josh Shapiro actually finally makes a thing. This is a very short clip. And he's talking about kids being able to read whatever book they want, meaning books showing children how to perform actual sexual acts like blowjobs and all the above, books talking about how to mutilate their genitals and how to become a woman if you're a boy, or a boy if you're a woman, how to hide from your parents your sexual activity, all the above. Play it.
It's not freedom to tell our children what books they're allowed to read. It's not.
It's called responsibility, you moron.
It's not moral to let kids read whatever books they want to read.
Yeah.
Like anyway.
Idiot.
All right, so that's all we've got from him. I want to get on Walz here. This is a weird thing where they use some sort of Marine hymn to like bring in him. The whole thing's weird, but let's just play it here. Oh, it's not the Marine hymn, it's the Marine Corps song. Where are the Marines freaking out about this? Pause. Not only was Tim Walz a coward and betrayed his brothers.
He was not in the Marines.
He wasn't in the Marine Corps. That's from the halls of Montezuma. That's the Marine Corps song.
That's not a hymn.
Where are the Marines? What are you talking? Like, hello? You're not supposed to be able to do that unless you're. Well, my gosh.
But as we know, they do whatever they want.
No, what it is the Democrats know nothing about our military, and they honestly have no idea that that's the Marine Corps song.
They have no respect for.
I wasn't in the Marine Corps, and I know that. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, dude, this. Oh man.
The two most identifiable songs are the Marine Corps '1 and the Army '2.
Yeah,
and then next it's probably the Air Force, honestly.
Yeah.
The Marine is #1. Army's #2. The Army's first to fight for the right. It's that old school, like, kind of vibe or whatever. That's crazy, bro. Somebody said Navy. Whatever.
Okay, so in context, that
Marine Corps, Navy, y'all are all attached to each other.
In context, we got to back up. The Marine Corps' official song is called the Marines Hymn. So that it is called that.
Okay, even worse. What I'm saying is that's not the point. The point
I agree.
The point is they're using the Marine song to bring out, I guess, is this a football team he coached?
I checked the jerseys to see if it was like a Marine Corps football team or something.
The point is, Tim Walz has zero teetotal crap to do with the Marine Corps.
None.
And I love the people that are trying to technically the Marine Corps song is the Marine hymn. He still wasn't in the Marine. You're missing the main point.
Yeah.
Oh, somebody just got shot with a Beretta 9mm. Well, actually, it was a Glock 45. What? He still got shot. Shut up. I mean, that's the kind of stuff that irritates me more than anything. Where are the Marines freaking out about this? Is my question.
Oh, they're in the chat. Trust me.
Because every Marine I've ever met in my entire life, obnoxiously proud of being in the Marines, and I love you for it. But by God, you are super territorial about anyone that would dare try to step on your crap.
That's true, because aren't there artists out there, like if you use your song, like Bruce Springsteen, for instance, when he says you can't use "Born in the USA" because he doesn't back whatever political stuff you have? Where are the Marines coming out and speaking out against this?
That's a good question. I don't know, but let's keep going. Here's Tim Walz, and when I say we had to search for anything for Tim Walz because it was so uneventful of a speech. No, I mean, just there was nothing to even clip. But here we go.
Leaders don't spend all day insulting people and blaming others. Leaders do the work. So I don't know about you. I'm ready to turn the page on these guys.
What are you talking
So go
about?
ahead. Say it with me. We're not going back.
Going back to the Democrats are currently in power. What are you not going back to, you moron?
Yeah.
Did he say leaders do the work? Because didn't he let his city burn?
Yes, and didn't he let his troops go to war without him and do the work when he stayed back?
Yeah.
What a
no
stupid
place talking about
He
leadership.
knows as much about being a leader as I do an astronaut.
This is Walz on what Republicans will do, apparently. So let's hear this.
They'll start jacking up the costs on the middle class. They'll repeal the Affordable Care Act.
Which
They'll
is jacking
gut
up the cost.
Social Security and Medicare. And they will ban abortion across this country with or without Congress.
Oh God.
Moving on. That's it. Literally, when we say that's it, that's it. That's it. It was supposed to be this amazing night for the vice president, and we got 2 clips because it was so uneventful and it was so off and so dead.
And still, not one thing. Okay, Republicans are going to do this. Trump's done that. Still, what are you going to do? Like, we're not going back. Okay, well, how are we going to go forward? Tell me one thing you're going to do.
And it was so bad that Kamala Harris not only didn't attend, they reported that Kamala Harris was just hanging out in her hotel room. Play it.
But as you know, the vice president was not in the arena tonight to watch her running mate, Tim Walz, give his big speech. She was watching from her hotel room here in downtown Chicago.
Guys, I can't begin to explain to you how not normal this is, okay? So every single night of the RNC, they had a special section in the crowd. President Trump, J.D. Vance, the family, and then whatever predominant speakers were speaking that night were all there, prevalent for everyone to see the entire time. What they're doing this is not normal. She is the presidential nominee for the Democrat Party, and this is 2 straight nights she has not been at the convention. Now, the night before, they made a weak argument that she couldn't go 85 minutes down the road to make it to the convention because she had a rally in Wisconsin.
Right.
But this night, she's just hanging out in her hotel room.
Dude, they're hiding her just like they hid Biden in 2020.
They're
doing everything they can to boost her numbers away from her.
I was saying before the show that I was hearing reports yesterday that she is on a drinking binge and they're keeping her out of the limelight because she's just 3 sheets to the wind, man. That's what I hear.
Wasn't surprised. I'd like to see that room service bill.
Somebody just said I'm wearing a Ala Obama shirt. Yeah. I guess they're trying to hate on Alabama, Ala Obama shirt.
Allah. 9 more days. That's all I got to say.
That's the
9 days, baby.
Heard. All right. Let's move on here. This is kind of what we've been telling you. Harris Super PAC founder is saying that inner polling is worse for Kamala than the public numbers are telling us. That's what we've been saying. Again, the only thing that can make any sense now is somehow, some way. It is now down to any person can deduce. It is now down to one of 2 things. Either A, they have completely foregone the presidency and they don't want to waste an actual good candidate right now. They're going to save them for 2028. And they think that Kamala somehow, some way helps the polling enough in the House and Senate races to maybe perhaps take either the House or Senate away from President Trump. Or B, they're going to cheat on a level that we can't even possibly imagine. Because here's Polymarket after the DNC last night. Trump has gained another point and is now 7 points up from Kamala Harris. 6 days ago, he was down 8 points. Now he's up 7.
And
Kamala Harris is in a catastrophic nosedive. I want to jump a little bit here because I want to leave you guys with some good news today, but I want to talk to you about how they're all turning on each other. The Democrats are all turning to each other. This is Chris Cuomo, Chris Cuomo used to be a horrific CNN mouthpiece that said whatever CNN wanted him to do. But what I've noticed is, outside of Don Lemon, who's just a lunatic, what I've noticed is it's amazing that when those multi-million-dollar checks are no longer coming in and you go to work for a lower news organization, which is News Nation, how all of a sudden you start telling more of the truth. Now, I don't agree with a lot of Chris Cuomo's policies or what he thinks. However, I do have to give it to him. He is finally starting to actually be a reporter again. Listen to what he says here. I think this is very powerful. It's 2 minutes and 50 seconds, but I think it's worth listening to. Play it.
A big theme here at the DNC is that they're going to go after corporate gouging, and they're going to go after corporations, whether it's in taxes, largesse, loopholes. The RNC, we heard the same thing. They're going after the elites, the two sets of rules. Let me reveal a reality to you that has to be spoken to here, okay? These are the soldiers. These are the men and the women that go back to their constituencies and their communities, and they fight. They take time from their jobs. They take time from their families. Republicans and Democrats alike, that's what they do. They need to charge these people up. They need to be able to get them on board. But there's another reality that is literally looking down on them. Greg, look at the ring of sweets, okay? This is not unique to Democrats. There is a game of money. When people talk about uniparty, we are strangled by the money reality in our politics. Those suites start at 500 grand. You think there's like a teacher group up in there? You think it's like the Cub Scouts of Columbia County, South Carolina, that's up in those boxes? Some of them are lobbies and good things. The media boxes, you think they're free? Why do you think I'm on the floor? News Nation is not a broke company. Nexstar is a massive organization. We are corporate media. We don't have one of those boxes because that's the game. You pay to play. Those boxes are filled with the...
There you go. And so I got to call balls and strikes there. He is exactly right. And I have said this many times, even inside the Republican Party. Every state GOP is corrupt. Every one of them. The majority of GOP chair people, Drew McKissick, you suck. Anyway, they all are paid for shills that will do whatever Big Brother tells them to do. So you got to call balls and strikes. Here you go. Here's CNN confirming that the type of men that Tim Walz is attracting is low T men. Play it.
But they are doing so in trying to put forward male figures, Tim Walz being one of them, Doug Emhoff last night, who can speak to men out there who might not be the sort of testosterone-laden, gun-toting kind of guy who
beta males
listen to
just call them
Hulk
what they
Hogan
are,
and the kind of players that came out at the RNC. Or might want to listen to that, but also, in addition, understand
basically
that
the kind of men that don't need vasectomies because no real woman would ever. That's what they're talking about right now.
The ones that shake your hand like this and they limp, their wrist go limp. Yeah, that's who they're talking to.
All right, this is CNN debunking the lie of Project 2025 that they keep pushing at the DNC. This is CNN fact-checking the DNC. Play it.
Listen to this claim from Congresswoman Lisa Blunt Rochester of Delaware about Project 2025 and former President Trump.
He has, with his friends, said the quiet parts out loud, but not only said them out loud, he wrote a book about it. What's it called? Project 2025.
That is false. Trump did not write Project 2025. The project's big policy document published by the Heritage Foundation think tank lists dozens of people as authors, editors, contributors. Donald Trump is
we gotta
not
keep
among
going,
them.
but you get the point. And then I don't know who this guy is that sits next to Van Jones, but two nights in a row, this dude on CNN, Scott Jennings. Oh, he's a Republican strategist. It's on CNN. So since CNN's views have started tanking, they finally started letting a couple Republicans come on here to have some kind of debate. Listen to what he says to these people, and they have nothing to say back because they can't play it.
Tonight said anything. Nobody tonight said a damn thing. They want you to vote for a ticket based on absolutely no concrete idea about what they would do once they get in office. You said he got more progressive when he got elected governor. So you're saying every time he gets another office, he gets more and more progressive. I think that's exactly what would happen. Tonight you did hear people say, well, we may not agree with them on everything, but at least it'll be joyful as they tax us into oblivion. I think the idea that you could run an entire presidential campaign based on the idea of vote for me to find out what's in it.
Wait a minute,
ought
Scott,
to terrify
Scott,
every American.
Scott,
you're tonight said anything.
I love the just faces the whole time. All right, that's all we got for the DNC. We've got good news for you, okay? And this is the point where we remind you to hit that like button, hit that share button, ladies and gentlemen, because the groundbreaking news yesterday, as I told you, Donald Trump stole the news cycle from the DNC. He stole the momentum, and it comes out with blockbuster news that RFK Jr. will be addressing the nation on Friday, and it is being said that he will endorse Donald Trump. All right? So, people, now, I've heard that talks are still going on, but RFK is going to address the nation from Arizona. Trump's going to be doing a rally at the same stadium in Arizona that Kamala could not fill out. So if you're there, you need to go. You need to fly there or whatever. Let's hear what RFK's running mate has to say about what will happen on Friday. It's the next one. There we go. Play it.
I think that...
Let me ask you just one direct question.
Yeah.
Should we have our ear to the ground? Is something going to come soon?
Yeah, absolutely. I think that Friday is going to be one of the biggest events in American election history.
One of the biggest
What time? Where should I tune in?
in American history.
The details will be shared.
Where?
Go to Bobby's X account and...
All right. She says it's going to be one of the biggest political events in American history. So my question to you is this. A, do you think RFK Jr., we already know he's going to drop out. Do you think he's going to drop out and endorse Donald Trump? Comment yes or no in the chat right now. B, do you think that puts the nail in the proverbial coffin, yes or no, to this race? We still have to show up. Nobody's negating that. But does this put the nail in the coffin for the Democrats? Alex Jones seems to think so. Let's play this little clip from young people. This is Alex Jones. Play.
I really thought he'd already clicked play.
All right, here we go.
Yesterday, I broke the news that RFK Jr. would indeed drop out of the race at a press conference on Friday from Los Angeles and endorse President Trump. Super important, amazing, game-changing news. He'll bring at least 6 points to the race, as much as 12 according to the numbers we've got. You've also got Tulsi Gabbard's massively joining the campaign. You've got so much more happening. People realize this country is in grave danger, and so is the world for World War III. We're fighting to retake America peacefully. And of course, folks said, oh yeah, right, your sources. You know, I have some of the best on record, about 97% accuracy. But of course, then he announced an hour ago that indeed he's going to address the nation on Friday in a special event, live, streamed out to X and every other major platform at 2 p.m. I think it says Eastern. The press
All right, we got it. Let's move on to the article. Let's go to an article that's not the most friendliest conservative article ever, and it's the Intelligencer. And it's how Robert F. Kennedy Jr.'s exit would affect the election. Now, go down. Now, it talks about the fact that if he just drops out, it really doesn't change it too much. But keep going, keep going, keep going. Down, 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 down. There we go. This is talking about the support's been dropping fast. He was up as high as 12. You heard Alex Jones say that. Most people think he's around 4.9% nationally. They say 10. They're going 5 to 10. Alex Jones said 6 to 12. Pretty close within the margin of error there. If he just drops out, it doesn't change a lot of things. Now at the very bottom, you'll see it here. A Kennedy endorsement of Trump is a different proposition. Not only are you talking about at 5% to 6% of votes, you're talking about millions of votes. It will also dominate the news cycle and step on any sort of post-convention bounce in the polls that Harris might have expected. So here's what you go. Think of it like this. Let's remove the millions of votes for a minute. Let's just look at the news cycle. So tonight, Kamala Harris is going to give her acceptance speech. Okay. God, I hope she knocks it out of the park. Because if it's as non-eventful as Tim Walz,
it's going to be a bad day.
It's rough. But check this out. Then on Friday, the day after, you have what the RFK group is saying going to be the biggest political event in American history. And I believe it's going to be like this. I believe it's going to unfold. RFK is going to drop out around 2 to 4 o'clock. Can we go to his Twitter? Can we go to his Twitter? What time is he speaking? Does it say? I know he announced it on his Twitter, but I want to see what time he's talking here. Let's see how fast we can get to this, because I want to just make sure before I say something here. Let's scroll down. Let's find it. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Go, go, go. It's like a nope. It's actually like a here we go. 2 p.m. All right. I said 3, but all right. So 2 p.m. Eastern time. That is plenty of time for him to say that he is dropping out and endorsing President Trump. And then how much you want to bet that man is on stage with President Trump at his rally in Arizona to completely dominate the news cycle through the entire weekend and take away any momentum at all if Kamala Harris happens to hit a grand slam tonight, which I do not see happening. Ladies and gentlemen, I think that if this happens, it's still got to happen. I think that this is the death blow. I do not, even if he has as low as 4.9% of the vote that the intelligencer was saying, which a lot of people think is a little higher than that. These aren't 4.9%, which that's more than 1% of the population, by the way. Either way, the point is, these aren't people in Alabama, Mississippi. These are people in Pennsylvania,
Wisconsin,
Michigan, Nevada, Arizona. These are the places that in 2020 were 10,000, 12,000 decided vote states. This is the ultimate thing that could possibly happen for Donald Trump. It absolutely is. And again, comment below if you agree. Do you think that RFK is going to endorse Donald Trump? Comment yes or no in the chat right now. I am not giving you a free pass to not show up and not work your butt off and not show up at the polls and flood the polls. And you know what? Go early vote right now.
Graham?
What?
Well, first of all, your Alex Jones is like spot on.
Dude, I can hit Alex Jones.
I thought, like Todd said, I thought he had.
I did. I was looking down. I was like, uh-oh.
Number 2, I don't think this is the nail in the coffin for Kamala, because obviously we've seen the Democrats will do anything to cheat. So, yes, to your point, yes, everybody still has to get out there and vote and do everything they can to get people involved and just keep an eye out, make sure that we don't get the election taken from us again.
When I say nail in the coffin, I'm talking about if we're talking about a real race. Okay, so when I say nail in the coffin, I mean no more bumps in the polls, no more this, no more that. She's going to start diving just like Joe Biden was diving.
It will become too big to rig.
I'm not negating that I do not believe, or that I don't not believe that these people are going to cheat on a scale that we've never seen before. But with this, I do believe if people show up, I do believe it becomes too big to rig, just like Royce said.
If everything goes down Friday, like you said, if he makes the announcement and then stands on stage with Trump Friday afternoon, I think that's the earthquake out in the middle of the ocean that starts the red wave in November. I think the nail in the coffin for Kamala has been this week as far as the election goes. I think that's done.
100%. And if this happens between RFK
that's
and Donald
Trump,
Trump,
all the House.
It is the nail in the coffin. I think Trump has basically solidified his reelection. But if they do cheat, and it will be by some huge amount or whatever, it will mean civil war on some case.
Right, but I think with the addition of RFK, I think that it becomes, to your point, too big to rig it. Like, we've said it on this thing, the Democrats are crazy, but they're not stupid, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, though. If it does happen with RFK and they still do something,
states that are decided by 10,000 votes, you can cheat that. 300, 400,000 votes, like that's a whole different type thing right there. And so that's what I mean when I think that if RFK fully, completely endorses Trump, hits the campaign trail with Trump, has a spot on his cabinet with Trump. Elon Musk has already said he'll be on the cabinet or serve as an advisory position. Tulsi Gabbard is on board now. All these center left / barely center right people that, are not going to vote for Donald Trump because they've got another option. we're talking about a lot of people.
So what about if Kennedy does endorse Trump? How does that affect the House and the Senate races as well? I mean,
I think it's going to affect it all from the top to the bottom.
I think it affects it all.
Yeah.
I do.
Every bit of it.
I think it affects it all because Kennedy solves the problem that Donald Trump has, and that's that center left, center right, female, whatnot, and even some center left, center right males. They like RFK, and like even at the RNC convention, there was some RFK people in buses riding around for RFK. They weren't causing no violence like you see at the DNC right now, but they had their tour buses and they were riding around and all this other stuff. And so I think it will unify a lot. I personally think that this is the best thing that could possibly happen. But let me know what you think. This is the point where we remind you to hit that like button, hit that share button, comment below. Do you think that the DNC has been a colossal failure for Kamala Harris? I believe so. Please, I forgot to say, make sure to leave us a comment in the actual comment section. Do you believe the DNC has been a failure? I believe so. I believe that it has done nothing to help. It's done everything to hurt. Do you believe that RFK, if he does do what we are believing he's going to do you believe that that is the final nail in the coffin for this race, barring cheating on a scale that we can't possibly imagine? Comment in the comment section and let us know what you think. But that's all we got for this episode. We told you we'd leave you on a positive note this time, and I believe that's it. But we're going to pray this thing out real quick. Todd, let's do that, and then we'll do questions.
Let's go for it. Let us bow. Father, we just thank you for a good week here on this show. Thank you for the thousands of people we've been able to reach and spread the good name of your Son, that is Jesus Christ. Father, lead us. Your word says that we should not fear. And as we move forward and get inch closer and closer to November, that you bring strength to your people right now. You bring strength to those as they go to the ballot box, and you give strength to those that need to have the voices that need to be heard outside by the ones that are either against you, do not believe in you. Father, we love you. We thank you for the platform that you give us every single day. I thank God for all four of these men, or all three of these men in this group with me, that they all have just strong faith and have the ability to just carry on this momentum that we've got going right now. And Father, if there's somebody out there right now that has never felt your presence, or if there's somebody out there that has and just hasn't talked to you in a while, I ask that you meet that individual wherever they are, and that you remind them of who you are and how much you love them. Father, we thank you for your Son, Jesus Christ, that sacrificed his life so that we could spend an eternity in heaven with you. And we ask and we pray all these things in your Son's name. And all God's people said,
Amen.
Amen.
All right, let's super question this thing.
All right, from Math Teacher MC about the Shroud. A pastor I know has spent years studying all of the various studies and issues on the Shroud. I hosted a 6-week study by him at my home. I can put you in touch with him if interested.
Sure, that'd be cool.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Email us.
That's one of those arguments that's fun, you know.
I wouldn't even call them arguments. I would just say,
what I mean.
I would just say discussions, right?
Yeah.
Like I think as Christians, we get into argument about secondary and tertiary issues
100%.
too much. Conversations, you know what I mean, like you know, and stuff. And so I don't even like the term argument. I love having
conversations that are fun to have.
Yeah.
Patriot Paladin 127 Graham, were those people who got kicked out under honorable discharge, or was it honorable? A lot in my unit were threatened with general under honorable.
It was general under honorable.
Yeah, and that doesn't matter. Like me and Graham were recruiters.
General
either honorable,
turns into honorable after
they're both
6
the
months.
same thing, so they'll be fine.
And even if they weren't, it doesn't matter, because it's going to list why they were kicked out under that, and it'll say refusal of the vaccine. So so that doesn't matter.
Yeah, they'll be fine. I have no idea.
Gerfuffle.
Gervumble. Royce, GRVRMBL. Hey guys, great show. Is it possible Dems want Trump to win to force race riot chaos in the fall?
Possible. I've said this a million times that I think the country burns regardless. If Trump wins, we already know what they're going to do. They're freaking rioting at their own conference or convention right now.
Yeah.
I think if they cheat on a scale even close to 2020, I think think that we're done too.
Yeah.
And so again, I want you guys to remember, even if Trump wins, the battle is far from over, because I think it's going to get even more dangerous. Yeah. They've already tried to kill him once. What do you think they're going to do if and when he wins? So
yeah, he's going to have a
so you think regardless the U.S. implodes?
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Either way. Well, if Kamala's elected, it's not going to be as bad.
I don't see it going well.
Yeah.
Well, I don't see violence if Kamala's elected.
Yeah.
I've told you, I don't think we get violent. I think that we do votes of non-confidence in the government.
When Trump gets elected.
What I could see happening is if Kamala gets elected, it could mean world war, right? Because
If
Trump gets elected, if
happening.
it's a civil war, if it's big disputes, all these different things going on in the U.S., that's fine.
That's such a bummer for us if Kamala wins, because you're going to leave, because you'll be the one going.
You guys are screwed. So
yeah.
I told you I'm leaving too. She gets elected, I'm out, man.
I've already told you guys, and I mean this 100%. Put this in the archive right now. If we lose to these people, I'm telling you, if we lose to these people, I'm packing everything up and I'm moving to Alaska, and where it literally stretches from Louisiana to freaking LA, and there's not even 1 million people there, and I will have Todd's patented 87 VPN making you believe that I'm broadcasting from other places, and I'll just do a true bunker
It'll
Alex
be like
Jones type show.
What we'll do is we'll do like on Wayne's World, and they had the green screen.
And I'm coming for
we're in Delaware.
everybody. Hey, we're in Florida. Hey, we're
not me, man.
I got a gun. Let's go to a Broadway show.
I'm gonna quit. I'm gonna get hired by Walmart, become a greeter, and just say good
Tony's
evening.
Done. Tony's
everybody.
done. Tony's
Good
done.
evening.
So you're going to be one of those jerks that checks everybody's receipts.
Yep.
He has now said it too many times that now I firmly believe that if we don't win in November, Tony is going to quit. I really am
I'm going back to the cartel, man. That's it.
I'm going to the military. He's going to quit. Graham's going to Alaska. Todd, what's your plan?
I'm waiting for my kids to graduate, and then I don't know. I might go to Alaska too. I don't know. I mean, I'm already around nobody here in Mississippi, so. But I don't know. I mean, I'm not quitting. But
somebody just said we'll all go to Alaska and set up a colony. Come on. I'm telling you right now. I even told Alyssa, I said, look, I know we got kids and all this stuff. If we lose, I'm pulling I'm the man of this house card, and we are moving to Alaska. Like the end. All right, next.
Here we go. From a good friend of the show, the Joe Mobley Show. Prayers for Todd after doing Graham's research. Love you guys, men acting like men. Thank you, Joe. He's a really good dude.
Prayers for Todd after doing Graham's
research.
You
know, we were talking the OnlyFans research.
Oh, okay. I was like, what are you talking about? We were all in there together. Like
I was not there.
Like everybody acts like
Royce is on.
I was not there. I was not involved.
This is how I get a bad name, because the way Todd presents it, he makes it seem like I forced him to go off in a dark room alone and do this by himself. I was literally right there, and I'm like, hey, we got to get to the bottom of this
Todd,
stuff.
Sign into your Google account, turn off the VPN, and search it.
Search it now.
Somebody said, can we pick someplace tropical? No, because everybody's going to go to a tropical place.
Yeah, exactly.
Like no, you want to go where weak people can't make it. Like, you know what I mean? Like that's how you truly remain alone from everybody. All right, go.
All right, see fam 54 puppy. Jesus is the way, the truth, and the life. Trump Vance 2024. There you go. Sanctified Warfighter. There has been a Janet, Janet plane flying overhead here in Delaware a lot recently. Any idea what that can be? I have never seen it before, and now it's almost daily. I have no idea.
Yeah, I got nothing. We'll look into it. Well, yeah, let's move on. I got nothing on that one.
From Punisher 541. All this time we've been clowning on Todd for his VPN scandal, when in fact it's Graham is the true villain for getting an OnlyFans and portraying it as journalism.
We didn't get an OnlyFans. And I'm not the one that told millions of people how to bypass Pornhub bans in states. That's Todd.
I hope everybody
That is
realizes that I had nothing to do with any of this.
This was way before Tony's time.
I was just sitting.
Yeah.
Yep.
You're welcome.
I was not around.
Let's see. From W. Morgan, swear jar for Todd, have at it. I wasn't going to swear. I was just going to say something wildly inappropriate.
Don't, though. That's
I
what you just
didn't.
don't.
I didn't.
Royce, don't.
I didn't. Like, I held it. I held it.
Whenever you want to do something bad, just don't do it.
You don't even have to talk about that you had the thought. Just don't.
I couldn't help it.
All right, next.
Uncivil Ingy. The entire DNC convention has been just a creepy, uncanny valley performance. Can't shake the feeling of some creature trying to act human, but not quite hitting the mark. Amen.
True.
Becca _A33. How much do we have to donate to the jar to let Todd release the jokes he struggled? No, it's not happening. Sorry.
Nope.
Not happening.
We try our best to be as Christian as possible at all times.
Yeah.
The end.
Yeah. That's me saying I have the jokes is me restraining. That's my restraint. It's me, Samantha. Bad parenting moment. My 7-year-old is in the car with me and is crying because she thinks she might be on a menu. On the plus side,
with
she's
that
now
big old
praying,
horse, it may be.
On the plus side, she's now praying to Jesus, asking for him to keep the bad people away. Good
There
stuff.
you go.
Amen.
That's good.
Good
yeah.
stuff.
Oh,
The Wolf 092. Well, I just stopped sandblasting some railings and suddenly became pissed when you were talking about Walzy, and I heard my Marine Corps hymn while he walked out. Now I want to sandblast Tim Walz.
There you go. See, I told you, man. Marines, they don't
like that,
take to
dude.
that stuff, man.
Not at all. Awakened all day. I can't even say what I want to. It might get me arrested, but what in the heck is going on? Get prepped, Patriots.
Yep. I concur.
Block 12. Press hard. Dreamer C. To all those who served our beautiful country, thank you. Graham, Todd, Tony, and Royce, thank you. Maybe they'll 25th Amendment her in February so the communists waltz. Prayers.
Well, she's not going to win, so
Yeah,
there won't be any need for such a thing.
Yeah, for real. S.L. Kohler, 1972. Todd, please post the videos you can't get away with on Dear America. I'm not going to. Y'all trying to get me in trouble. No, I'm not going to do that.
It's not a matter of getting in trouble. It's about living a life.
It's not good.
It's about living a better life.
Yeah, it's like y'all don't see, but when we turn the cameras off, I go outside and scream.
If we can get our point across without doing that,
Exactly.
then we are, in fact, that's the point.
Yeah, exactly.
The message goes further. More people hear it. Your children can listen to it, as we just saw.
And let me rephrase. When I say get me in trouble, I don't mean get me in trouble with these guys. I mean get me in trouble with him.
Yeah,
like I'm already getting in trouble by thinking this
we're
stuff.
We're all trying to be the best versions of ourselves.
Yes.
And so
Yeah. Daniel Davis, bunch of numbers. God, glory be to God. Go Vols. First part I'm on.
First
board,
part,
yeah.
yes. Second part, no.
Go Vols.
Lil J.
You want to know why they're called the Tennessee Volunteers? Because nobody wanted to be on the football team, so they literally had to get volunteers to play on the team. That's why.
Lil J Rod 90. Guys, I got suspended from work for handing out Jeremy's chocolates. Should I let it go or fight it? 4 days without pay because one single person's feelings got hurt, but a candy. What's Jeremy's chocolate?
It's Daily Wire. Just leave your stupid job. Like, look, man, I am not the right person to ask, because if your job does that, why are you there? I don't feel. Go find another job. Like people crack me up. They're like, there's help wanted signs everywhere. You can freaking make $48,000 a year being a clerk at the QT. A clerk at the QT. I mean, there are jobs out there. Like, go get a dang job somewhere else. I would never. The answer is never, ever. That's why I would never go back to the military. Nope, never going to do it, because I would never work for anyone that would do something like that. The end. Leave your job.
Yep.
Next.
From BS Near Ringer 8. I got nothing. I've heard from Tim Pool that Trump very well may be going to prison after 9/18. Do you think that is where they take him out?
We've already talked about this. I
Not
don't think
take him out.
I don't think they go to jail. I think he goes to house arrest at Mar-a-Lago.
Because if he goes to jail, Secret Service is taking over that prison.
But given how crappy Secret Service is,
yeah, that's true.
I don't think he goes to jail. I think he goes to house arrest.
Yep. Lewis 2387. I try to stock up on food and supplies for my family of 4. However, we are so broke it's almost impossible. We don't make enough to stay out of the negative. We need Trump back. Love the show.
Yeah, everybody's hurting, man. We're praying for you guys. I mean, even in our industry of what we do, trust me, it's thin, man. It's thin to keep doing this show. It's a stretch to keep doing the show. You know, people get mad when we have ads, but dude, I mean, you know, we have to. I mean, we're just like you guys. Well, we're working for a living too, and we're trying. And the bad thing about this is, if we fail at this, I can't go get another job.
Yeah.
Like, do you realize how screwed I am if we go out of business tomorrow? Where am I going to go work? One Google search and I am done.
And Tony's fee to keep us all safe is just so high nowadays. We have to pay him so much just to stay safe. You know.
From I got nothing. Y'all with your usernames. From Megamoo 32. I think Roll Tide.
You guys and your Roll Tide.
Roll Tide,
baby. 9 days. 9 days.
Go Ducks.
Mega Moo. Yeah.
See, it doesn't even have even remotely the same.
Yeah.
We'll see. We'll see this year.
Yeah, whatever. Striker J, I got to disagree, guys. Kamala is not going to be on the ballot. They are waiting to announce Big Mike. After RFK endorsement, they will reclaim media battle with Big Mike announcement.
Maybe.
I don't think they can.
I don't know how that works after the convention. That's something that, like we've passed. I don't know. I don't know what happens. I mean, what happens if Kamala is like, I resign, I'm not doing it? You know, I don't know. I don't know what happens.
No way.
To that.
I think no way that happens.
I don't think. Yeah, I think we're past it. I think, but who knows? Next.
Yeah, I got nothing. Let's see. Okay, Todd, it's Grover Mobile. Okay, gotcha. Thanks. The Grover Mobile? Yeah, Grover Mobile. All right. Sorry. From Darkness Rising, reverse border invasion with patriots invade a South American country and take over their elections? ? Not a bad idea. I like it. VPMW Davis, I can see it now. Todd's lawsuits for porn addiction caused by mandatory research on Dear America.
Dude, you're never going to get away from
Ever.
that.
Bad.
You started it.
We should not have opened this box.
No, we did not open the box.
No,
Todd opened the box.
Yep. That whole VPN thing just did you in.
Todd just has to do it. He has to.
I can't help it, man.
And he has to say it out of context, and then we have to
help
get
it.
in this conversation about it.
I can't help it.
Yesterday it was kidnap your kid.
Yeah.
In a custody battle, just kidnap your child. That was his
But I
advice.
bring something nobody else does.
Lawsuits.
Controversy.
You bring lawsuits.
MKCL 3561. I find it funny. Oprah talked about not judging people on anything if their house burns down, but everyone around her in Hawaii lost their house and children. Still no word on the children. Wow. Good point. Didn't think about that.
Exactly right.
Oprah is a demon, man. I've never liked her. I don't know what it is about her. I can't stand her. I don't
You remember
know.
Oprah and The Rock took up all that money or whatever?
Yeah,
People
that's
got mad.
yeah.
Whatever happened with that money? Did we ever see anything that they did there with that money?
Well, I know that place
It
is
was
still burnt.
forgotten.
Yeah. And
And
those
stolen,
kids are still
probably.
missing. All right, next.
American Mermaid 1776. Good morning from Oregon. Been watching since day one and excited for all the new shows. Bless you guys.
Nice.
Thank you for sticking around.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's it from Rumble.
Any from YouTube?
Yes, we do.
All right.
We have quite a few, actually. Here we go.
Oh, okay. All right. This is from Sherry. Do you all watch The Chosen? It's a very good show. I think they were doing a pretty good job portraying
Awesome
Jesus
show.
in the disciple. I
Great
like
show.
The Chosen. It's a good show. And that's the thing. It's a show. And so
Yeah.
many people need to just calm the heck down, dude. It's
a great show.
It's a good show. Jonathan Rumey's a good guy. I think it's a good show. Next, free press audit. What are your thoughts about what Kentucky Governor Beshear said about Vance needing a family member getting the fact that he hasn't had to step down is baffling to me. And then he doubled down on it too.
Yeah, sure did.
My thoughts on it are reprehensible and terrible, and I can't believe he hasn't been forced to resign. Next. See, this is from Alex. Question for all of y'all. When we leave this earth and ascend to heaven, will we keep our free will? I know that we will be the perfect forms of ourselves.
I would think not. Because with free will, you have the ability to sin. So
yeah. And so I think that we this is too long. This would be a whole freaking show.
I have thought it's such a long conversation.
I don't believe that we maintain the same level of understanding.
Mm-hmm.
I believe that God purifies us of all our sins. Catholics would make that argument for purgatory there. But I do. I mean, whether purgatory is an instance or whatever, or if it happens instantly and there is no purgatory or whatever, I don't think you can believe that you die as the sinful creature that you are and then you just go up to heaven as the same thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're not going to walk up there and go, man, it's nice out here.
You know what I mean?
It's not going to happen.
And I also don't believe this thing of like, once you go to heaven, I don't know if I believe that you have no understanding of what's happening on earth too. You know what I mean? Like I don't know if I believe that either. Like you just become oblivious to everything. If we are the perfect forms of ourselves, made perfect in heaven, then naturally you would think that we would be more intelligent, right? And more understanding.
Yeah. And
of the
not to
vastness
mention,
of
like,
things. So
there would be no need.
This is a yep. Like, yep, maybe so, maybe not. I
But
don't
there
know.
would be no need for free will at that point. So, because the only reason you have free will is the free will to choose.
Right.
And so you wouldn't even need it anymore.
Such a long conversation.
It is.
Yeah,
We can
again,
talk about it another day.
secondary issues. Honestly, I don't think it's bad. People get mad at Catholics all the time about purgatory. Hey, if they believe in purgatory, and the lie about Catholicism is that they believe that purgatory is if someone's not saved, you can pray them to heaven through purgatory. That's not. That is false. That's a lie. You are saved and a Christian. They believe that purgatory is that like cleansing of your sins for, you know what I'm saying? Like that's what they believe. It's more of that, whether it's an instant or it takes a minute, who knows? Some people believe that you're instantly up in heaven. Some people believe that you're waiting for the rapture.
Mm-hmm.
Some people, you know what I'm saying? Look, the goal is we all just trying to get there. You know what I mean? Like that's the goal. Okay. And so, people get way bent out of shape about some stuff
reality
like that.
is, as long as the goal and you're safely know that you're going to heaven in the end, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you're in a waiting place, if you go there straight, if you have free will, none of that matters as long as you're in heaven.
Correct. And so again, and that's one of them things that it's all interpretation and nobody's really going to know until you get there. Mm-hmm. Much like that picture we sent. Is that actually a picture that's close to what Jesus may have looked like? You ain't really going to know until you get there and you look at him. And you'll be like, oh, yeah, that picture was pretty close, or oh, it was way off. Anyway, go ahead.
Next one.
All right, it's from Perry. My buddy is conservative, but his girlfriend is left. That relationship's not going to work. She's pretty anti-Trump, pro-abortion, gay rights, etc. Thoughts on relationship? End it. End it immediately.
Because it's not like, and here's why. Because a relationship is marriage, children. It's to reproduce. So what are you going to teach your kids, and do your kids have a shot? Like that's it.
Hold on, because I do know some couples who the husband is very right and the wife is very left. But as long as they respect each other and they both tell their children what they believe and let their kid, decide. I've known that they've been married for over 25 years and they have.
Can you pull back up the comment? Can you pull back up the comment? Well, one, I'm going to rebut on that a little bit.
Yeah, and I'm saying
because you said 25 years. Okay,
Yes.
so they are not the same type of difference of political opinion that are today. And everything they said there, pro-abortion, gay rights, those are not political differences. You're actually talking about
biblical
differences. And the answer is no.
No.
Like the answer is no. Like if you are so far off on religious beliefs to this extent, I don't see how it could be. And yes, to Tony's point, I know some people that are more like center Democrat and more conservative that made it work because Democrats 25, 30 years ago are Republicans now. You know what in the eyes.
That's true.
In the eyes of things.
Everything that we've seen, if you're talking about it, and Tony, to your point, I understand, but that Democrat that's been married 25 years, that's not a 2024 Democrat.
That's not a Harry Sisson.
That's very true.
That's not a
agree
Harry.
with you
Yeah,
guys there.
exactly.
I do agree with you guys there, and I don't know what their beliefs are with the whole Democrat 2024 right now compared to what they were when they first started. So that's very true.
Yeah, I mean, and again, to Tony's point, it's sad that we're at a place now where it can't be that way anymore. Yep. But political differences used to not be. Should we increase tax 5% or 6%? Well, which one do you think it is? I mean, that's where we used to be. All right, next. All right, it's from Amber. Will you please do a special show tomorrow? Too much happening. Blame Royce. What? We talked about it this morning about doing a Friday show. Royce is out of town.
You're out of town.
But Todd could still do the show. So, I'm traveling to Philly. I have a speaking engagement. It is unfortunate timing. That is for sure. But unfortunately, Royce is also out of town, a previous matter. Honestly, I don't think there's going to be that much to talk about. I really think that I think it's going to be kind of like the Tim Walz thing. I think that it's going to now watch it be like the biggest disaster ever.
Exactly.
I just jinxed myself.
She's dropping out. She's like, after talking with my husband.
The only thing that I can think of some way, somehow, is if Royce could take his computer and
I'll have my computer. If something really drastic happens.
Okay, all right, that's fair. If Kamala crashes and burns on a level that is impossible not to report on it, I can't promise you it'll look like this.
No,
I might be calling and have it mounted driving down the road talking to you guys. But we will figure it out. But it would have to be like something Astra. If she gives a dud of a speech like Tim Walz, I would much rather, prep up for, maybe a special Friday night or something because of the Donald Trump RFK thing. You know what I mean?
That's a good idea.
Like I would much rather see if we can figure out how to do that than worry about Kamala Harris tomorrow morning.
And just like to take a little bit of the heat off of Royce here, a lot of people
I'm just joking. A lot
of people in the chat are saying that I produced the show and then I can. No, Royce uses a completely different software that I'm not familiar with.
It's not.
It's not the same, guys.
We are so many light years ahead of where we used to be because of Roy's expertise. Like, look, I'm gonna do the boss brag thing for a minute. People do not realize how much better the show is, and Royce doesn't get enough credit for what he has done back in the day. And Todd did an amazing job, but even Todd will tell you he was an amazing Band-Aid, but he was not the surgery that we needed.
No.
Royce has come in here, and what used to take hour to set up and get right, we're always having to adjust. Hang on, let me show you something. Royce has made it to where this dumb redneck could come in here and all I got to do is hit 5 on buttons And I'm here. I'm with you guys.
Yeah. Whereas I had to hit 17 switches, turn on 10 different things, and I had the USS Enterprise in front of me.
And our color was off all the time. And that's not Todd's fault. Like, we just didn't know what we were doing. Clue. And when we first met Royce walked in and he was like, man.
Boomers.
When I first walked in, they had 17 plugs in one outlet.
Yes.
And it was duct taped.
And Royce's comment, his backhand comment was, it is amazing how far y'all have come doing it like this. It is amazing.
I do remember that.
You guys have gotten. Hey, he was more impressed by the fact. It's almost like, how have you lived this long? You know,
I was more amazed, not that you hadn't made it, because you guys are all great, but that everything hadn't burnt down.
Yeah,
that's what Royce
there's
is
no
good.
joke like that, dude. I'm surprised we didn't set that building on fire.
Yep.
Also, I gotta point
how
out.
did you guys not get
Anyway,
electrocuted?
this is our appreciation for Royce. And when we say if Royce has something, because we normally don't do Fridays. And so, if Royce has something going on, like, hey, like he is the producer of the show. And what he's done is really quite special. And so Royce doesn't get enough credit. So in the chat, say thank you, Royce, because we are here.
Especially this guy. Thank you, Royce, because I hated
all
that
the
job.
comments are Royce has beard.
Royce has beard. Royce has beard.
No,
All right.
listen. If something groundbreaking happens, we will go live. But I'll give an excuse. Tomorrow, my brother's wedding is in a few weeks. I'm his best man. Tomorrow's his bachelor party. So we're just going to play an Xbox, going out to eat. I'm going to be out of not home, any of that stuff. But if something happens, we will make it happen.
All right, next.
Here we go.
This is Andrew. I say lick me.
I'm thinking you said lick 'em.
No, it says I say lick me
no
to my
idea what it
girlfriend
is.
every day. And okay, you're right. He
yeah.
means to say lick 'em.
Yeah.
From Hot Seat Todd.
Lick 'em.
That is so funny, though.
I love that your contribution to relationships is lick 'em.
Lick 'em. Ouch. You're welcome.
All right, next.
All right. Somebody said Catholics can't say they're going to heaven. Hold on. What did it say?
Oprah was
I'll
no
let you
help.
look at that.
No, hold on. This is Catholics can't say they're going to heaven, but believers know they're going to heaven because of the blood of Jesus. I disagree with that wholeheartedly.
Here
I
we
don't
go.
understand this Catholics aren't going to heaven nonsense. I think people who say that are very ignorant people to the history of the church. I mean, you're basing that off of, and I'm not hating on anybody here. I mean, this is just like read a book, like you know. I mean, like you wouldn't have men put the Bible together. Men decided what was in the Bible, and for 1,500 years. It was Catholics. And then all of a sudden, Martin Luther and Calvin got together and they're like, we don't like this anymore. And then they started that. And then in the Great Awakening #2, we left Europe because we didn't like the way they were doing it. And then that's how you've got the Baptist and the Methodist and the Assemblies of God and the Pentecostals and all this stuff. I don't agree with that. I think that's wrong. I do not think that Catholics are not going to heaven. I don't agree with that.
And on a theological note, it's
I
not
don't
your
agree with that at
job
all.
to say who is and isn't anyway.
Correct. I don't agree with it at all. I don't think that's true.
Reread the book.
Because if that's the case, then if you're a Baptist, you should say, well, the Methodists ain't going to heaven because they're not Baptist. I don't agree with that.
Some of them do.
Well, I know, but that's what I'm saying. I don't agree with it because you know, the biggest Trump argument that the Catholics have over all of you guys that are saying they're going to hell is like, dude, we've been here for 2,000 years.
Yeah.
Your religion started 200 years ago. What are you talking about? Like, it's crazy. Anyway, I don't like that. I don't like that because I think that it's fundamentally wrong. Go ahead, YouTube. Let's go.
Here we go.
Let's see. Caitlin, Oprah was no help to the Dem cause. She was not giving them free cars. I agree.
Yeah, true.
You get a car.
Last one from YouTube.
Let's see. Allie, I think Kamala hasn't been there because she don't want to be scolded. Do something. And last night with Sanders. Now, or to Tony's point, she's got a drinking problem.
Yep. And one more from Rumble from T Bowman 99. I'd hire you, Graham.
Oh, thank you, buddy. I appreciate that.
Hold up. Got another one. Wolfman 1027, liberals, my body, my choice. The body inside your body is not your body, therefore not your choice.
Correct. Yeah, I agree 100%.
That's it.
Your body is a temple.
All right, that's all we got. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks so much for watching today. Please make sure to hit that like button. Please make sure to hit that follow button. And leave us a comment in the comment section. We do so love to hear or read your opinions. That's all we've got for today. Tony, say goodbye.
Have a great weekend, everybody. Stay safe. See you next week.
Royce, say goodbye.
Adios.
And Todd.
Love you, miss you, mean it.
All right, as always, I'm Graham Allen. Stay awake, not woke. Trust in God, not the government. And as always, stay free.